Whether you're fly fishing in a stream, getting those ankles wet, or deep in the ocean, casting nets, fish nerds. Fish nerds. Fish nerds. It's a podcast.
Just for the halibut!
Fry it in a basket or broiled in a pan. Eat it raw like you're in Siam. Fish nerds. Fish nerds. Fish nerds. It's a podcast.
Support for Podcast 42 is brought to you by Manscaped, who's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. And that rhymes, which means it'll stick in your head. But won't stick against parts of your body is the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their engineering team has perfected the greatest trimmer ever created and just released the new and improved version of the trimmer, which they called, like I said, the Lawnmower 3.0. The battery will last up to 90 minutes, so you can take a longer shave. And if it takes you 90 minutes to shave, then you should have bought this product a long time ago. The waterproof technology allows you to groom in the shower. That's a good thing. One of the coolest features is the LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for a closer and more precise trimming. They've also upgraded a 7,000 RPM motor with Quiet Stroke technology. You know that's impressive because Quiet Stroke has been copyrighted. And let's not forget about the charging stand. Show your mower off loud and proud because this intelligently designed stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. But here's something I personally loved about the Manscaped company, and they do not get enough credit for this. But they do their part in raising awareness for the most common form of cancer among men ages 15 to 35. They partnership with the Testicular Cancer Society, which aims to spread a very important message about early detection and self-screening to protect yourself against men's health issues and cancer risks. So, with the discount code podcast42, it's put all those words together and use the numbers 4 and 2 when you type it in. You can get 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code podcast42. And everyone who has to look at your hairy person will thank you.
You are about to embark on a show about 4 people who find themselves thrust into the backstories of pulp culture history. Join Christopher DeVos, J.L. Tross, Laura DeVos, and Sabrina Pierre as they poorly impersonate celebrities, drink a lot of beer, and answer very hard trivia questions. You are now listening to Podcast 42.
It's like, okay, but now that was fun. Now I'm tired.
Speaking of being tired, it's time for Podcast 42. I'm Christopher DeVos.
I'm Sabrina Pierre.
JL Tross.
I'm Laura. Hi.
Hitting that beer cooler early. Gotta pour everybody's drinks.
Speaking of beer cooler, why don't we just go right ahead and open that sucker up?
Yeah.
JL Beer Cooler, it's cooler than you think. JL Beer Cooler, it's cool enough to drink. It's cool enough to drink, yeah.
Hey, what is this mess?
It is from Proclamation Ale Company. It is their derivative single-hopped pale ale, Vic's Secret. Vic's.
Like Vicks Vapor Rub?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is
It's
that why
pink
it
like
smells
it.
like menthol?
It doesn't smell like menthol. I haven't really sniffed it yet. I was looking at the random
like
unicorn on the can here.
I don't know whether I'm supposed to drink it or rub it on my chest.
Either way, it takes care of the Rona.
I was gonna say, either way, it's gonna put hair on your chest.
Wouldn't that
I don't
be
have that.
like incredibly funny if all along Vicks was the answer to Corona?
Yeah,
It was just
or
sitting on the
Windex.
shelves for this entire
Vicks
year.
and Windex.
Robitussin.
is.
Robitussin, Windex, and Vicks would be
Yeah.
the top
That's
3
it.
that I would just laugh at.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a big Vicks user.
So
but
my
he
mom.
would like take
Everything.
it and he'd put it on his tongue.
What?
No way.
Yeah,
No.
he was nuts. I'm telling you, like he was the Windex guy, and he would just he'd
On
put
the
Vicks on his
tongue?
tongue, on the like towards the back of his tongue.
Why? I think you would get sick.
Never did.
He got better.
Yeah,
He was
did.
doing it because he was already sick.
That's right.
I mean, I love me some Vicks. I
Yeah.
love the smell of it. Like,
But no, he was nuts.
smear
He tried
it
to
all over
convince
me,
me to
go
do
to
it.
bed.
And it was like
and let
it says right here
sniff.
on the bottle.
Not to
Don't
consume.
put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
No,
Chris like bathes in it, and the next day he wakes up like a new man.
Yeah.
You can bathe in it. They make Vicks shower tablets, which are awesome.
you're welcome for finding those.
Yes, it looks like a tablet that you put in the toilet to clean the toilet with. You know, in the back.
Oh, like the urinal tablet.
No,
No, like the white circle.
and then it just
Like
as
the
you
urinal tablet.
kinda, and as you flush it, it bleaches it out. Well, it's that size, but you stick it in the shower. You turn on the hot water. All that menthol just
So you
steams up
don't
in your
actually
shower.
wash with it.
No, it just
No.
steams. It's like the steam from the shower.
So it's that
Suits
whole
you.
logic of like where you go into a shower so the steam will
Correct.
like decongest you or whatever like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
So it's good
Correct.
for you. But you have the Vicks, which is really going to do the trick.
Yes.
That's
I'm
smart.
a firm believer in Vicks on the bottom of your feet with socks.
I've heard that. But
Yes.
there's something about sleeping with socks on that I just can't
But you
do.
don't, like,
Yeah.
when you used to be allowed to go to work
You don't
sick.
even wear socks.
No.
I know. That's why sleeping with socks would just be like
When
ridiculous.
you used to be allowed to go to work sick, I would do it on the bottom of my feet for work.
Oh, so
So
that's
it
why
would
that
suppress
smell was there
That
every
was why I
day.
always smelled like Vicks every day. Because every day I put Vicks on my feet, man.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
Here I
good.
thought she was just sick of work. She was legitimately sick.
Do you know
Yeah.
the people who never get sick ever?
Yeah,
They work in the Vicks factory.
that's probably true.
I would be so sleepy if I worked in the Vicks factory, because that's one thing that the Vicks does do to me. It knocks me out almost immediately. So I can't imagine being one of those workers and trying to pack all those little jars.
So it's like turning on a movie for you.
I've been staying awake lately for movies.
Or sitting down on the sofa.
Oh, yeah.
Or sitting down in the car as a passenger. Or sitting down in the car as a driver. Or sitting down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not getting in the car with Chris if that's the case.
That's why I drive all the time.
And I currently drive for a living, so
It's pretty scary.
it's really rough. I have the lowest delivery times right now. It's because I take naps.
So you have the longest delivery times.
So, yeah, like the boss will call and say, hey, you've only delivered like 6 packages this hour. Are you okay? Yeah. It's a really hard route.
Traffic.
Traffic's so bad.
I delivered a package to the Vicks factory and it put me to sleep.
Yeah, but no, I used to put the Vicks on the bottom of the girls' feet
You
when
still
they were
do.
younger. Sometimes I do, yeah.
That's back when they had feet.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it now? It's just like, I used to do it, but now they just suffer when they're
Yeah.
sick.
Well, now they're
Their
old
feet
enough that I
fell
can like
off.
put it on their chest.
But I like it on my.
Oh.
I'll do it on my feet and my chest at night, and then
Yeah.
like if I
Yeah.
have to go out during the day, it just goes on the bottom of my feet.
Isn't like
Yeah.
the whole thing with the feet because like it'll like soaks into the feet and like I don't know like
I don't know.
I don't know. My mom always used to say, especially when the girls were younger, like,
because
if-
blood like has to like all everything has to
Yeah,
go through
she
your
said-
feet like that your whole circuit.
Yeah, so like,
Feet and head.
yeah, so like if when the girls were not feeling well, she was like, check, like, you know, you can take a wet cloth, and the girls hated it up around their head and stuff. So I'd take it and we'd lay it over like their ankle or their feet and stuff, and it would help cool them down too.
There's like an old wives'
It's a temperature
tale
control.
that you put onions in your sock when you're sick.
I've heard that too.
Oh, I
It
heard
can't make them
onion.
smell any worse.
Or a raw onion on your nightstand next to your bed because it absorbs all the toxins in the room.
And then it went on your salad.
Can't waste this onion.
No way. I spent way too much money on this onion. I told you to get the really bad white onion, not the good red onion.
Oh, I could eat red onions raw. That's the
so
only
good.
onion I could eat raw.
I think
Red
that's
onions are the
usually
best.
the one that people eat raw is the red
Yeah.
onion.
Yeah.
Red onion gets the best flavor.
Although I've known family members to pick up like a Walla Walla sweet and just bite into that.
Nope. It's got to be in something.
I have odd family members.
Clearly. Well, my cousin would eat tomatoes like apples.
Yeah.
Like he
I
would,
mean, I've seen people do that,
he
but it
would
still
sit there
throws me
and-
off
yeah.
every time I see it.
he'd sit there and eat that.
Don't make that face at
tomato.
that beer. Do not make that face at that beer.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Put your
beer.
feet in it. You'll feel better.
It's fixed, remember?
I can't do the raw tomato.
No. Too early.
Don't
No.
wag your finger at me. Nobody was
Too
there for
early.
that.
Doesn't matter.
No.
We were there for that.
Nobody was there for that.
Today, Laura tried to go on a ride.
Because you guys were at Universal.
Because we were at Universal.
You got to set it up.
And set up the whole virtual queue thing. And she goes and shows the guy the thing. And instead of just being like, oh, sorry, you're too early, or just like anything really nice, this guy looks at her, wags his finger at Laura, and goes, no, you're too early, and just gives her all this attitude.
Now, mind you, I hadn't eaten yet, and everybody who knows me knows what that means.
Yeah,
And I was like,
angry.
I have to walk away from this situation right now because someone's going to get hurt.
And I'm laughing because I was waiting for her to tear into the guy, because like 10 minutes before she goes, I'm 25 minutes away from being hangry.
Yeah, I was like, we got 25 minutes to get food in my stomach, or it's not going to be pretty. And I was like, but you know what? We'll use our virtual queue pass. I'll get food after. It'll be fine. And the guy wanted to wave his finger in my face, and I was like, I just gave my group my warning. And that was about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. So we're like 10 minutes out now. It's not pretty. Don't wave your finger in my face.
Why were you trying to cut in line?
I wasn't. One, I didn't know what time it was, because who looks at their watches?
Yeah, we thought it was close enough to the time that they would have just
Yeah.
been like, by the time, usually they don't scan until you get right by where the lockers are.
You all have smartphones, and you have a smartwatch, so it's all on you.
No.
And
Usually they don't
And it's
scan.
2 days before Christmas when you're in a theme park. That's the worst time to be.
No, usually they don't scan until closer up by the entrance to the ride. And so it's like, oh, by the time we get through this like fluff of a line, they'll scan and it'll be time. They were scanning right there, and I didn't know that. Like,
JL's talking about going tomorrow. He's crazy.
Yeah, why not?
today wasn't too bad.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. When I was walking out, it was a sea. I was fighting. I needed Moses to part so I could get through there.
I don't think today was that bad.
And then the security guards wanted to keep putting me back in line to go into the park. Like, why are you leaving? And I had to check with each security guard to get out of the park. I'm like, no, I'm leaving. And they're like, no, you need to go back in line so you can go through security. I'm not going through security. I'm leaving because my wife dragged me here at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we've already done all the rides.
That's true. I do feel like we did the entire side of the studios before like 9 o'clock.
I will say it was smart to get there that early because it was crazy trying to leave. There's just so many people.
Yeah. Well, it's a holiday. What do you expect?
Well, I don't understand those people, including you, that want to spend their holidays in a theme park with 50 million other people. And it's not
It's only
even
35% of 50 million.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's not even full because they've downed the numbers, and I can't even imagine what a full park looks like anymore because at 33%, it's still too many people.
35.
Whatever.
Don't
making it
whatever
worse.
mean. I'm not. I'm filling in the facts so that our listeners don't get misled.
Well, they're already misled because we're not doing any theme today.
Wait, there's no theme?
There's no theme. Actually, what's going on is that there was supposed to be a kids show that was going to be our last show of the year. We had all the Podcast 42 kids record an episode.
My kid didn't.
No, she won't talk on the mic anyway, even though she wants to be a theater kid. She'd be the first mime theater
She must
kid.
work behind the scenes.
That's fine. She doesn't even want to do that.
Laura's taking a nap during this, so.
But anyway, that show did not record.
That's how we started this year as well, too. Laura taking a nap.
That
I like
show's a
naps.
big goose egg on the audio, so now we're just chit-chatting tonight.
Yeah. Grabbed a beer, started talking, kind of doing what episodes did we like from this past year? I liked all the ones I worked on.
I like the Slytherin one.
And I like the other 80%.
I just show up.
You think he did most of the writing around here or something?
I will say that I think actually my favorite episode of the year was the Cereal Monster episode. Because
That one was fun.
it was a different subject and it brought me back to my childhood, and I think I got several of you naked in the script.
Yes.
So that was fun.
Was that? Was it though?
I was cooking bacon. And
Yeah,
it
it's
was
the
not
first
so
time
fun
you've seen
for me.
some of us naked. That's how we recorded the episode as well.
The thing is, I never realized that they stopped making that cereal, and it only comes out during Halloween.
I know. It took me a while to realize it because I remember seeing like Frankenberry, Boo Berry, and Count Chocula like year round, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere it just became a seasonal thing.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So, I don't know. That was a fun episode.
And I've never had Yummy Mummy, so
Yummy Mummy.
I was kind of hoping that they would release that this year. Or
Well,
Fruit Brute.
Oh, the Fruit Brute.
Boo Berry is the best tasting of those cereals.
Yeah, I hear that from people. I don't eat any of them.
You should try them.
I don't really cereal.
I don't cereal much either, but when it's like, if it's a specialty thing, like a seasonal item, you got to go for it. Kind of like you have to go for the McRib when it comes back.
I was just going to say.
Really, have you ever eaten a McRib?
I have eaten a McRib.
When
it comes back.
it's already
It's back.
back. So when have you eaten a McRib?
I'll have one, and I'll be like, why did I order this? Because it's nasty. And then it'll go away, and next year I'll be like, oh, the McRib is back. I'm going to have one.
So me and Jocelyn go to McDonald's last night on our drive back home, and they have the sign for the McRib, and I'm sitting there waiting to order, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever had a McRib.
Me either.
Ever.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Like, I don't
It
think I've had
doesn't
it.
look good to me.
No, that's what
either.
Jocelyn said.
No.
Like when you look at it, to me, it just does not look good.
It looks wrong.
And it looks better in the pictures than when it actually
Well,
shows
every
up.
Right.
food picture does.
But when I think of a rib, I think of like bone-in rib, and I'm just going, well, how am I putting this
Yeah.
on a bun or
No, this
whatever?
is totally
and
just
not just
formed
like
meat.
Fred Flintstoning it, where I'm gonna like have to like pick a bone out like as I'm like biting into it.
It looks like fake meat covered in barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
A couple
Well, that's-
pickles thrown on.
Probably what it is.
Well, I'm sure it's got to be real
Barbecue
meat.
and pickles all the time.
It only tastes like sauce.
You ever notice that? Like pickles don't come with everything. Like it's like usually like sandwiches, stuff like that. But the moment you say, "Hey, we're having barbecue," everybody's getting a pickle. It doesn't matter what it is. Everybody gets a pickle whenever you order barbecue.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It's like
Clearly
there's
you are
something.
not eating Southern barbecue.
Probably not.
You know.
No, I think that's technically North Carolina barbecue. That they
Is it?
do.
The pickles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's always like a pickle,
Yeah.
which I'm not complaining. I like pickles, but why?
Yeah, it's either
There's
North
no
or
reason
South Carolina.
to me for it.
I only like pickles on a sandwich. I don't like raw. I don't like to just eat a pickle.
I like pickles.
I like
like-
pickles.
This one drinks the juice.
I don't do that.
I can sit down and eat the entire jar of pickles and then finish it off.
See, and I looked at my
All the
one
juice.
friend. And I said to him, I go, I'm like, all right, because I work in a restaurant. And I go, what is up with picklebacks? Like, when did that become like the it shot to do? And
When did everyone
apparently-
start hating Pickleback? I mean, they seem like a decent band.
Well,
No, that's Nickelback.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Joe. I interrupted you for a really bad joke.
I know. This is how you remind me every time. So, every time I sit there and I'm like,
photograph.
oh, he's just like an animal. Like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, it's like, here, we're going to do a shot of Jameson and I'm going to chase it with pickle juice.
Well,
It's
one,
good.
you don't shoot Jameson, you sip Jameson.
No, Jameson, you can just, it's an Irish whiskey. You can
Okay.
just, boom, done.
I went to the
Smooth.
Jameson
Super
distillery.
Super
No.
smooth. And just, you can just, it's one of those things you don't mean to do it, but you can just drink it real quick.
Yeah. If you don't like whiskey, you can drink Jameson. It's that smooth.
No, I went to the Jameson distillery, and the lady told me the proper way to drink Jameson is to sip it. Actually, she said zip it.
No, she was telling you to be quiet.
Maybe that's what it was. No, she said you have to sip Jameson. You don't shoot Jameson.
Yeah, but I feel as Americans, we don't actually read labels or follow instructions.
Right. I feel like as Americans, we just chug liquor. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we do.
We sure do.
Yeah.
Like that one beer we had in the beer cooler. We're like, oh,
this one
is
told me I
super-
should roll it.
Yeah, that was one.
Ah, see, maybe that's why it tastes weird.
All right, Sabrina, we'll go around the room. What was your favorite episode this year? Do you remember the episodes we did?
We talked about him at the dinner
I
table while
know.
eating tacos.
White people tacos.
And then Chris told us that we should stop talking because we had a good show out there and we need to come in here and record it.
Right.
Yeah. No, I remember all of that.
But not the episodes.
But not the episodes.
You were a big fan of the old radio plays.
I did. I had fun with those because we got to do some improv with scripted material, like a little bit more improv.
Which is
as
what
far
we
as that.
do.
Yeah, but I mean,
Anyway.
like as far as like, yeah, but I'm saying like character wise, like we came in last minute and I guess we do that too.
Yes. That doesn't really change if somebody else wrote it. That's the only difference between.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as funny as it like when we
Well,
write it.
I enjoyed getting the suggestions from the group
On
not
who
our
to be?
group, but yeah, on who to be.
The quirks
Yeah,
that we did.
that I enjoyed those doing that.
I never
That's
got to
when
be
I
James
had to-
Hetfield.
I just don't think they translated well audio wise. Like if we did a live
No.
show on stage, I think it would be better.
Yeah, no, they were kind of hard to follow.
Yeah, it got really weird for the listener. What is going on?
Yeah,
I got to be Joe Friday. I loved that.
I was a dinosaur.
That's normal.
That sounded like a parrot.
Yes, it did.
See, speaking
remembering
of dinosaurs, I would have thought that your favorite would have been Monday Night Football because you wrote it up and then I added dinosaurs and then you decided to never write again.
Yeah, pretty much. I hated that.
I know. I thought the dinosaurs were a nice touch.
I don't know why you wrote it. I mean, what do you know about football?
Listen, it's not like I volunteered to write it.
You did.
I did not.
I specifically remember you going, I'll tackle Monday Night Football. And I said, all right, cool.
Because Chris was like, I can't do this one.
No, I don't watch sports.
Somebody
ball.
else needs to do it.
Who watches sports?
And then, like, nobody else volunteered, JL.
Right. I mean, you just sat back there and laughed as Sabrina and I struggled through this.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I watch football. You never asked me. Well, you didn't volunteer either.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that it was a volunteer thing. In football, you get drafted. I thought you were going to draft me. Like, instead of...
Okay.
And if I recall, I did reach out to you, and your only things that you said to me was, I want to be Joe Namath.
No. I also said I wanted to be John Madden.
Yeah, and he didn't make a script.
And he didn't make the
No.
script, which I can't believe because he was a host on Monday Night Football for a long time.
What the? I don't know that. I thought he just made a video game.
Yeah, but he was also the coach of the Raiders, hosted Monday Night Football. He did Sunday Night Football. Like, he was a big,
Yeah.
football announcer.
I don't know.
You know, the team that scores the most points is going to win the game. That's like John Maddenisms right there.
Obviously.
Yeah, for all you non-sports people sitting in this room.
I just know that if anybody who doesn't watch football wants to learn about football, do not listen to that episode because you're going to learn nothing. But it's going to be fun. That actually turned out really fun. The
not
script
true.
is really funny.
They will learn.
That cavemen came up with football.
That's right. And they played dinosaurs.
That's right.
And cavemen do not speak like we think cavemen should.
No, the cavemen do not speak like we think they should.
Yeah.
Is that how we portrayed the caveman? I haven't listened to that. in a long time.
You didn't listen to the episode?
I did listen to the episode, but I haven't listened to it in a long time. It was back in February when the world wasn't on fire.
Well, I don't
Only
know. I don't
Australia.
remember. I'm trying to remember it too.
Yeah.
I think they talk like typical cavemen.
Captain Caveman.
Listen, and they will learn that Monday Night Football was the first one to announce
John
John
Lennon's-
Lennon's death.
Yep, that was a big thing that I told you to throw in there.
Oh, Howard Cosell was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Howard Cosell.
Yeah. We had a lot of Howard.
Which nobody would know how to do an impression of him if they never watched Better Off Dead.
I've never seen Better Off Dead.
What? What?
It's one of my.
You?
I've never seen it.
No.
How? How has your wife never seen Better Off Dead, Mr. I Love John Cusack?
Unfortunately, even though it's in my top tier of favorite movies of all time,
He doesn't own it, so why would I see it?
I'm
I
bringing
have
it
owned
over
it.
one day.
I when it came out on VHS, I owned it. When it came out on DVD, I owned it. I don't have it streaming, but
Right, so we don't own it right now.
we don't own it right now. And I don't know.
I don't think he
Maybe
ever had it when I was with him.
I had it.
I don't think so.
Maybe about 10,
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
8 years ago. I tried to get her and the boys, my two boys, to watch it, and she bailed.
I don't think that's true.
That is
I don't
true.
even remember this event.
And the boys watched it, and the movie has not aged well. The references in it, like,
They're all 1980s references.
none of that stuff's around anymore.
No, which is why I still laugh.
Howard Cosell's not around anymore. There's just a bunch of. They had the big gigantic cell phones. It's all.
Sorry your mom's head blew up, Ricky.
You almost have to live. You have to be my age to really appreciate it.
Whoa!
It sucks. It
I
doesn't
know what the
hold
guy
up.
I am
cell
the
phones look
youngest
like.
person here, and I can reference that movie.
Like,
Yeah, but you watched it like in its heyday.
I did.
So, but if you go,
When
if
he
you
was
watch,
like 4?
The dancing burger doing Everybody Wants Some by Van Halen is one of the greatest things ever.
if you watch it now, it just doesn't hold up. But the guy Dan Schneider who made all those Nickelodeon shows,
He was Ricky.
he was in that movie,
Yeah.
and he was on Head of the Class, and then he went and worked for Nickelodeon, and he made Drake and Josh and
All the other stuff.
every show that was on
iCarly, all that
Nickelodeon
stuff, yeah.
until he got busted for having a foot fetish. Getting
What's
child.
wrong with liking feet?
Well, he liked the feet of the child stars,
Oh, that's sick.
but he like every show that you grew up on Nickelodeon. He made that show.
We did not grow up on Drake and Josh. That is younger than we are.
Yeah, you grew up on Hey Dude and Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yes.
And the Adventures of Pete and Pete.
And Roundhouse.
Yeah, like we didn't have Drake and Josh is after us. That's
Yeah.
your kids.
And the Honeymooners.
Yes.
No, that was you.
Well, yeah.
To the moon, Alice.
To the moon, Alice! And that's why I'm not allowed to write, because everything is from 1960 to 1980, for a reference.
So, what was your favorite show this year?
I enjoy Dragnet for the ones on the scripted and all that for our little teleplays.
That's because you got to play,
Joe Friday. And I
not
love
because of the
Dragnet.
script itself.
No, but I got to be Joe Friday, so it's really like it was awesome for me. I loved that. I loved Hulk Hogan. I thought that was a lot of fun. I thought the Schwarzenegger script was fun. Adam Sandler was a lot of fun.
Was Adam Sandler fun?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but that's my type of humor. So, Serial Monsters was fun too. I did enjoy that. The episode that probably had me laughing the most listening to it back was probably our He-Man episode. And that's because Skeletor has the greatest one-liners ever.
I think that's the one I wrote in like
5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wrote that one in 5 hours, and it is probably one of my favorite episodes that we did this past year. Skeletor is great throughout the entire thing. No!
Is it because I nailed the voice so perfectly?
No! it's every masturbation reference in there that just makes me laugh. Yeah, like the crusty socks. It's just...
I'll have you know that Netflix called me up and said, "Hey, if we ever need a backup voice artist for Skeletor, we want you to do it."
When Mark Hamill's not available to voice Skeletor in the new series, Chris, you're going to do it.
I'm the understudy. Mark Hamill said, "I'm not doing it unless you CGI me young."
I believe that. With Sebastian Stan as my body double.
Who's he? Oh,
Bucky.
yeah, no, yeah, he's going to be. They're talking about like a new Skywalker show, right?
Yeah,
And
they're
he's-
talking about him being the new Skywalker.
Disney needs to hold back, man. They're gonna mess up Star Wars again.
Yes.
Too many shows, too fast.
Too many. I still think the best idea for the Lando one is having Billy D. Williams telling stories and Donald Glover being the one that like is doing everything in there, because it'll get people going like, oh look, they got Billy D to do this. And then there's Donald Glover, who was great as Lando in Solo, which if there's one thing anybody says about Solo is how great Donald Glover was in that movie as Lando.
He's
So basically, they're gonna I Heart Chris it.
Yeah.
they're gonna what?
So there was a TV show called I Heart Chris, and it was Chris Rock's TV show. And Chris Rock went on there, and
Everybody hates Chris.
everybody hates Chris. That's what it was.
I Heart Chris.
I don't know. I don't know where I got that
I
one
Heart's
from.
like a radio company.
Oh, maybe that.
The worst part is I knew what she was talking about.
I had no idea.
But yeah, everybody hates Chris. I don't know why I got.
Everybody loves
which-
Raymond, and then he like did the
Everybody
the
hates
opposite.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was him as a kid, and wasn't Terry Crews' dad in that show?
I never watched it.
I want to say Terry Crews was his dad in that.
I believe so.
I think so.
Terry Crews is great timing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoy Terry Crews.
You
But I
just
guess-
like his pecs.
Old Spice commercials haven't been the same since he's not in them anymore.
Laura, do you remember any of the shows that we've done this year? Or do you have a favorite?
Slytherin.
This one?
Yeah,
This is my favorite.
I really like this one a lot, guys. I feel like I'm super here for this one. Well, I don't like He-Man because I wasn't in it, and so therefore Zimbabwe also hated it. And
What?
because
Laura's
our
big in
numbers-
Zimbabwe.
I'm big in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Because when I was no longer on the shows, our numbers in Zimbabwe went down.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have gone down across the world. I don't know what happened.
Because I wasn't on them anymore.
I think we're still holding strong in Croatia, though.
That's fine. You guys can have Croatia. That's okay. No, I like the ones where I'm like really super annoyed the entire time.
That's every episode.
There you go. I like them all.
That's every episode I write. Laura super annoyed.
Him too. He writes me annoyed.
You know what my favorite episode was, really? Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo was fun.
I enjoyed Scooby-Doo because it played out like a Scooby-Doo episode. Like, it was an easy write as soon as figured out where I wanted to go and who the big reveal was going to be. Mm-hmm. But to have it play out like a typical Scooby-Doo episode was a lot of fun to do something like that, especially as somebody who grew up watching that cartoon.
A lot of people who write in that genre, they, I did not cough on you. A lot of people,
Where's my Lysol?
a lot of people who write in that genre, they actually write the ending first.
Oh, yeah?
And then they go back and get you there.
My favorite writer actually does that in comics. Like, he writes out the ending.
Yeah.
And then he goes and does the beginning, and he just tries to figure out how to get to the ending. He just knows how it's going to end. It's just a matter of how to get there.
Yeah.
He was a writer on Lost, and I think that finale would have been a lot better if they would have just let him tackle everything.
You kind of do that. When I sit down and write, I just start writing, and I hope to God there's an ending coming up.
Yeah, no, I have the ending. I have the beginning planned out and the ending in my head, like where I think I want to go, but I change it like 2 or 3 times. Mm-hmm. And then I go, nope, go in here. Nope, go in here. But somehow all the stuff in the middle is still getting to that point.
I think the women write like that too, but not me. I just wing it.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, sometimes I do a Saturday Night Live ending. I will admit that.
Yes, you have.
Which is just kind of ends, and you're like, that's where you're ending it. Yep. I've met my quota of pages, and that's where we're ending.
You're 32 pages in on this script, and this is where we're ending it.
Yep.
Oh, well.
I can't wait till Laura finishes the Ravenclaw script.
It's going to be epic.
I don't know how, because Ravenclaw has no history. That's like the worst house with nothing that happens in it.
What?
No. There's a reason why Hufflepuff's the last house.
Hufflepuff has people that have done things.
Cedric Diggory dying is not people doing
Yeah,
things.
Gilderoy Lockhart is...
Yeah, I can name more.
Fantastic Beasts is based on a Hufflepuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander, that's it.
Oh,
I
there's
didn't even know his name.
yeah, no, exactly. The Newt Salamander guy, that guy.
Yeah.
Come on, Ravenclaw has all the good characters.
Like who? Margaret Cho.
No,
Margaret Cho, the comedian.
Yeah, she was in it. She's in Ravenclaw.
yeah, she was the one who turned in like Dumbledore's army. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Who was that character?
Cho Chang.
Cho Chang.
Okay.
Gilderoy Lockhart is a great character.
He's
He
a
was
Ravenclaw?
Ravenclaw?
Yes.
Yes.
I
How?
thought
Why?
What?
I thought he was Gryffindor.
Exactly. Greatest character
No,
ever.
he's Ravenclaw.
No, I feel like he's the dumbest person to come from Ravenclaw.
He mastered one spell perfectly, and quite honestly, he did it way
Obliterate.
better than Harry, who only uses one spell the entire series.
Specto Patronin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only reason people don't realize Gilderoy Lockhart's so good is because he uses that one spell so well, so you don't
Obliterate.
remember.
Yeah, he
So
took all the
good.
bones out of Harry's arm.
Yeah.
And then the other best character of the Harry Potter
Is one of my
universe,
favorite characters.
hands
Margaret
down,
Cho.
the best character in the entire series.
It only
Luna?
took how many things for her to appear? What book did she come in on?
5th?
5th book?
No, she was, I think, in the... Oh, maybe it was the 5th.
5th book.
5th book. The 5th book, because it was after Goblet of Fire.
Yes,
Yep.
the 5th book.
So almost when the series was over.
Yes.
Luna Lovegood.
Luna Lovegood,
When
though.
the series got really good.
Luna
With-
Lovegood is like the best character in
Hands
the entire
down.
thing.
The best.
I can get behind that.
I love Luna.
She is in my top 3 of characters,
Yeah.
right after Gilderoy Lockhart and Sirius Black.
I don't know why she put 4
Gilderoy.
houses in the series, but we only discussed 2. The others are afterthoughts. That's what I'm saying.
Because 4 is a good number. It lets you separate everybody in other things, because if it's just one against the other, there's way too much competition. Mm-hmm. If you have 4 houses in there, it evenly distributes where you can just be like, oh yeah, randomly this person was a Ravenclaw and this one's a Hufflepuff.
Then why isn't there 4 football teams on the field at the same time?
They play against each other.
Right.
You can't play 4 football teams. It's not big enough of a field.
I think that would be
They're on
actually more
brooms.
exciting to watch if there was 4 football teams on the field at once. 4 basketball teams on the field at once. 4 hockey teams on the ice at once.
Ooh, that's way too many.
4 dodgeball teams on
Now,
the field
that
at
would be
once.
entertaining. Red Rover, Red Rover.
Oh, God.
4 NASCAR racers at once.
Yep, they all turn left.
There's already a lot of cars on the track.
I know, it's hard to keep track of them all. The only one that I can ever watch is the M&M car because it's bright yellow.
Because it makes him hungry.
It does make me hungry. I do love M&Ms.
I think M&Ms are the grossest candy.
No.
Skittles.
Skittles are better than M&Ms.
No. Skittles are
No.
disappointing M&Ms.
I think M&Ms are better than Skittles.
No. I think M&Ms are the most disgusting candy in the world. I do not like
Butterfingers.
M&Ms. Those are gross too.
You reach for an M&M and it's a Skittle, and then that's immediate disappointment.
I have it in my contract that we only have certain colors of M&Ms in here at all times.
All right,
And
Diva.
Comments like that really make me wonder why I was Mariah.
There is like a band,
Van Halen.
Van Halen, but they did it only because...
So that way they could see if they actually
Right.
paid attention to the contract.
Correct.
David Lee Roth threw it in there. Shut up, Sabrina, because I know the only...
It wasn't
David
that he
Lee-
was trying to be that big of a diva.
No, he wasn't trying to be that big of a diva. They just wanted to see if the promoters and the were paying attention to what was in their contract. So he would specifically ask for no brown M&Ms to be in their bowl of M&Ms that they had in their dressing room. And it was just a whole thing, just
Yep.
like that. And they would throw a fit every time there was a brown M&M to be like, what, you don't read our contract? And that was really what it was all about.
The easiest way to solve that is just give him a bowl of Skittles.
Yep. Always comes back to David Lee Roth,
Yeah.
greatest frontman of all time.
That's who we should have put in the Monday Night Football script.
David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Played by Laura because why not?
Well, I know you want to do Van Halen at some point.
I do.
Jump!
Jump! Just going to sit here and drink beer all day, and then it'll be instant David Lee Roth for that entire episode.
Van Halen's okay.
Are we talking Van Halen or Van Hagar?
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but Van Halen with David Lee Roth, you need to combine a lot of different songs off of all those albums to get one great album. They have a lot of filler. I do like Women and Children First. That is probably my favorite Van Halen album. But even then, and I don't understand why they did all those covers. That's one thing that bothered
David Lee
me.
Roth loves covers. He loves doing covers. That's why his first single when he did his solo album was Just a Gigolo.
They didn't need to do covers.
And he did California Girls. Like, yeah, he loved doing covers.
That's the one thing that bothered me. And when
But they're-
Hagar took over, they didn't do covers.
No. And every day I go to work and they play Van Halen and I just go, oh, the original version of Pretty Woman by Van Halen is so much better than Roy Orbison's cover. Just to see if anybody knows that it's a cover song that Van Halen did. And I get
It's
most
about the same. Pretty sure
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a Roy Orbison.
it is a Roy Orbison
Yeah.
song, but I get at least one person a shift that goes, yeah, you're right. Van Halen's original version is way better than this guy's. And I'm like, I know. And I just laugh and walk away and just go, they don't realize Van Halen covered it.
It just seems to me that each album that has David Lee Roth on it has one or two brilliant songs on it, and then they needed to put an album together to get it out.
There's a reason why people love 1984 so much is because it really has so many great songs and there's not a cover on there.
Yeah, I just wish they didn't go with the synthesizer, but
That's
it's
why
okay.
he left the band.
Yeah, I mean,
Because Eddie wasn't doing the guitar like he was.
right, and it's a good album, but that synthesizer really changed their sound big time.
And then they kept using that sound with Sammy.
Yeah.
Because Sammy could play guitar, so it was just like, oh, well, here, let me go play piano. We'll save that for the Van Halen episode, though. Because everybody wants some.
My phone keeps going off, and Laura keeps looking at me. Like, who's talking to you? But it's work. Work uses WhatsApp app to communicate, and when these
Work.
well, I just showed you it's work.
You showed me numbers.
Anyway, when these people get off work, all they do is talk to each other all night long on this app. And like when I leave work, I have no desire to talk to anybody. Like,
Oh, it's just like being here.
it's like, stop talking. You just spent 10 hours at work together. Why do you want to talk
you
on
don't.
this app?
You spend 10 hours in a van by yourself down by the river.
Yes.
In a van down by the river. Ooh, that's an episode we need to do.
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sabrina's Chris
That-
Farley. Why you gotta kick me? It's not cool.
I thought you meant just Matt Foley. We do a whole episode on just Matt Foley.
To which that episode was
I
actually.
got dibs on David Spade.
Well, originally the David Spade role was actually played by.
Rob Schneider.
David Spade.
Nobody can play anything other than David Spade in the roles he's in. Because it's so sarcastic and snarky.
Well,
Now I
he's
gotta
David
remember, it
Spade
was
in every
Tim-
role.
He
Tim
is. Like, there's
Meadows.
nothing else.
Yeah.
Tim Meadows actually was originally in that sketch because it was originally a Second City sketch that they brought to SNL once.
But then
Chris
he
Farley
became
got
the
on.
ladies' man, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then he became the principal of this high school. Yeah. Where they wore pink on Wednesdays.
Yes.
You can sit with us. You can sit with us. She doesn't even go here.
Yeah.
That's a movie. If we're gonna do a movie again, we should do that one.
Can we do Mean Girls?
Yeah, write it up.
When I get done with Ravenclaw, I'll get right on that.
Tina Fey would probably be a good one too. Like honestly, like if we're gonna do another one, like if we're gonna do like a female-driven show, Tina Fey would probably be a really good one.
Where has she been lately?
She's been doing writing and stuff. I feel like she's just doing more producing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She hosted the One Night on Broadway show on NBC that they just recently had to benefit the arts program that's suffering because of this year.
Did she also host One Night in Bangkok?
I don't know what that is.
Makes the hard
And
man
the
humble.
world keeps turning. Anybody know what musical that one's from?
Chess.
That's right.
Chess.
Yes,
Chess,
it was
the
written by the
musical.
2 male members of ABBA.
Yeah.
Chess or chest?
Chess. Like the game.
Yeah. Useless information.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I've never heard of chess.
Don't worry, it's
music.
flop.
It's-
Game
The
where
only,
there's
the only
pawns.
song anybody knows from that is One Night in Bangkok.
Oh, that was from a musical?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep, from Chess the Musical. Yeah, to which they had done just an orchestral version, but they did basically where they stood up and just sang all the songs and stuff like that, and had one of the guys from Rent in it.
Weird Al Yankovic.
No,
Weird Al was
not
in
Andy
Rent.
Pascal, but the other one.
He was in the Jesse Martin role before he was.
Who played the bishop? Who played the castle?
Ronnie
Yeah.
James
I'm
Dio.
more curious about the night because they have to walk in a weird shape.
Can you just imagine that? Like they can only move in that L shape the entire time.
the entire musical? This guy's like one
Why
step.
is that guy only making 3 steps in an L? Like, is he ever going to leave the stage?
Nope, that's all he's doing.
Be a
You know
waiting
the-
for Godot, but a movement on stage.
The best cover of that was Mike Tyson singing it at the end of The Hangover Part 2.
He sang One Night in Bangkok?
Yes, because it took place in Bangkok. So Mike Tyson does a cover of it at the end, and he's like, "One night in Bangkok." It's just, I sat there, and the movie wasn't that great, but it was worth it just for that scene alone, watching Mike Tyson be like, "Yeah, one night in Bangkok." Which is going to be an episode this year as well,
Oh my god.
is Mike Tyson.
It's funny because we used to do the episodes based on what we like, and now we do the episodes based on what beer is around.
Yeah. But we got that Iron Mike beer, and it just gives me an excuse to do a Mike Tyson episode, which just means I can annoy everybody by walking around talking like Mike Tyson for a week leading up to the episode.
Yeah, and we also have the Back to the Future beer, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not writing that one. But I got dibs on Spielberg.
Spielberg. Was
Yeah, he
involved in
produced
Back to
it.
the Future? Oh, okay.
Robert Zemeckis directed it.
Yeah, I
Steven
knew it was
Spielberg
Zemeckis.
produced it. Mm-hmm. Sabrina can be Marty. I
think-
got dibs on Einstein.
I think we should do we should do Doc Hollywood instead of
Oh, I
Oh
love
my
Doc
God.
Hollywood. That was a great movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It,
Keanu Reeves would be a good one. How dare you?
what?
Sabrina's
I said
saying it's not a good
worth
movie.
seeing Doc Hollywood.
Doc Hollywood?
Yeah,
It's
one you can
okay.
skip.
It's not bad. It's worth watching.
Michael J. Fox is
It's right up there
very.
with Life with
I
Mikey.
love it. I love Michael J. Fox in it. Like he does a good job at it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's Michael J. Fox in just about anything he plays.
Maybe. But I look at it as a role that I just go, I don't really picture anybody else in it not named Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, it's not like a
Charlie Sheen.
It's not a
No,
groundbreaking
definitely
movie.
not Charlie Sheen.
But it's definitely watchable. If it came on TV and you sat down, you'd probably watch it.
It's no My Cousin Vinny.
I love that movie.
Exactly.
I haven't seen that one either.
That one's good. That one's worth watching.
You would probably
Just-
like that one because
yeah.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Just for Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei is so good in
Yeah,
that.
just for her scene where she goes up on the stand is that's
Joe Pesci not being
Yeah.
typical Joe Pesci in it. Because
Yeah.
he's tough, yet
Two Utes.
not.
Yeah, that movie.
Gianna.
That movie catches you off guard because you're like, this cannot be good, and then it was.
It's
good.
really good.
Yeah.
And Herman Munster as the judge.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fred Gwynn is the judge who
Yeah.
played Herman Munster.
These
Well,
And the
two
old
Utes,
guy-
I gathered
Gianna.
that.
The old guy who was the neighbor in Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
Which, if you watch the remake, John Lithgow is no Fred Gwynn.
That
And
was
I
on Vudu or something, and I was going to sit down and watch it. And
You're
it
not
got
missing
so
any-
bad reviews. I'm
You're
like,
not
"Yeah,
missing anything.
I'm not going to watch it.
I sat there and I watched it and I was just like, heart and soul of the movie was like Fred Gwynn and just like, like you could see the remorse of like him showing him like in the original. John Lithgow, it's not his best performance.
You just can't capture the eeriness of the book. There's just no way. The way
No.
that King wrote it, if you read the book, it's really good, and then you can't translate it to screen.
We should do a Stephen King episode.
I thought we did.
You did, didn't
we
you?
did, yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been last year. So
No.
long ago, I forgot.
It wasn't last year because I wasn't part of it.
It was in like the third format change.
I
Yeah.
know.
I was here for it, I think.
Were you?
Right.
You were.
But I wasn't. So it would have been like 2018, maybe.
It was right before you got here.
We have some lost episodes that we can go back and revisit and do again.
Nothing will ever beat the fact that we recorded a Dave Grohl episode and it took us 6 months to realize that we didn't release the Dave Grohl episode.
I don't know what happened.
I don't either. But I went,
Didn't we have to re-record it?
we did. We ended up doing a whole different beer, everything, and I was just like, I couldn't even tell you what beer we did originally.
I don't know. It's on the website. Oh, the original beer? I don't know.
Yeah,
Eventually, we'll run out of beers.
we are. We are going to run out of beers, and that means I'm going to have to leave the show. My segment will be over, and my time will be done. After that, I will start a true crime podcast,
Good luck with that.
just like our one that we did that one episode. Greatest true crime podcast ever.
Was it, though?
I would listen to that every time.
That's on the potpourri episode. You weren't
Potpourri.
Here. You weren't here.
I know. I'm just going to sit over here and let you guys talk.
We've
like
missed
I'm,
Laura for most of this year.
like I'm not
Yeah.
here.
Well, you decided to take a job that's 6.5 hours away from the
Well,
house.
it's 2.5 hours away.
It feels like 6.5 hours.
and like
It's 6.5 hours if we go there twice.
Your math is still off.
Shh. I didn't say I was going to come back the second time.
Oh, okay.
You were here for the Christmas episode, which JL told us over dinner he hated.
I did not say I hated it.
I don't think you use those words.
I did not say I hated
sure he
it.
did.
I said
No, he
that I
said last
enjoyed
year's was
it,
better.
but last year's was better.
It's just because
I
he
enj-
wasn't the lead this year.
No, I wasn't a lead last year either.
You were Buble.
You were Buble.
Buble.
He was not a lead. Michael Bublé is never a lead. Michael Bublé just comes out of nowhere. Only Canadian that sounds like this.
Next year, we're doing Buble and Mariah Carey in the same episode
Yes.
for the Christmas special.
I liked Sabrina's idea, but we're not going to say that on the air
No.
because that was really good, and it's
Thank
going to
you.
be. I love it.
What was Sabrina's idea?
No,
We're not saying it.
What was it?
We're not telling you.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, we'll tell you later.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah.
Did it have to do with Christmas?
Yes.
Yes.
Did it have to do with Mariah Carey?
No,
No.
The movie that you said you never watched that you just watched and you were surprised my mom had watched it.
It's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Cretan's Guild did that this year.
Well, we'll do it better. gonna be my best work since Scooby-Doo.
I was really surprised at that movie. I had never seen that movie. I guess we can't talk about it.
No.
No.
But I didn't know it was 2 hours long. I didn't think they made movies that long back then.
I remember taking Tara and her grandmother to go see that movie in a theater because they were showing it at like the AMC at Disney Springs. And we had gone over everything, like what movie we were seeing, everything. And the movie starts. Now, Nana's deaf. Like, she's pretty much deaf. And out of nowhere, she screams at the top of her lungs in this movie theater that's pretty filled at the point because it's pre-COVID. This isn't White Christmas. And I'm holding my beer and I almost spit out my drink. And I'm just like, we went over this and we bought the tickets together like 10 minutes ago.
I've never seen that movie either.
White Christmas?
You know, that
That's
was
one
the
of my
longest
favorites.
musical I ever
Oh
went
my
to
gosh, yes.
at the Dr. Phillips Center. It was the
It
worst.
was rough.
It was the worst musical I've probably seen since we've had season tickets there.
Yeah.
To the point where I almost went, I never want to go see anything like that ever again.
Yeah, the musical was not good. Although, so I had taken
what about the movie?
Avery. I love the movie.
I wanted to sit with Avery during that.
I know. Avery, my oldest leaned over in the middle of the movie and she was like, are those people singing? And I was like, yes. She goes, those people on the stage. I was like, yes. She goes, so it's not the people from the movie? I said, no, they're dead. She goes, well, this is disappointing.
and this is all before intermission, and we
Yeah.
we hit intermission. Sabrina tells me this, and I'm like, can I please sit with your daughter? I'm falling
Yeah.
asleep in my seat. This is like the worst thing ever. I
my
need
gosh, it
somebody
was
that's
bad.
going to keep me entertained to watch this.
Yeah.
Is the movie a musical?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's Bing Crosby, Danny Thomas, Rosemary Clooney.
It was just the way they
Yeah.
did the musical. Like, I
It
don't
was just
know.
poorly done. It felt
They
like
took the wrong scenes out and kept like the wrong ones in.
It felt like a cheap
it didn't
version.
flow.
Did they do it in front of the movie?
No.
Oh.
no, but it just felt like a cheap version. Like they were like, we need something for Christmas. What can we do? Let's take this and put it up on stage. But it didn't have any of the chemistry from the movie.
So for all those people that complained about the Margaritaville musical,
Oh, that was far better.
which I thought was
a good
so
one.
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
which apparently people complained and said they were
did.
ready to cancel their subscriptions, like their whole season tickets, because they couldn't believe that it was part of it. And I went, it's fun. It's Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting into.
Right. I enjoyed it. I mean,
It's not meant
Yeah.
to be serious in any way.
Right.
It's a lighthearted play.
I don't think I would have ever bought tickets to go see it.
I would have. But I love
because
Jimmy Buffett.
Because it was a part of the package. Like, I wasn't mad.
Right.
I was excited for that
Glad
one.
I got to see it. Like,
Yeah, it was fun.
It was heads and just like so far above White Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Gary, who's guest starred on this show, was at the White Christmas performance we went to, and he was falling asleep just
Yeah.
as bad as I was.
Yeah.
It was
It was rough. It was really like that was definitely a low point that season.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get to go to the theater because the plays that I had picked out to go to got canceled.
Oh, you didn't miss anything except for Mean Girls.
Yeah. And the play that goes wrong.
Hamilton's
Wasn't
okay.
Hamilton this year?
no, Hamilton was in the year that's been canceled.
Yeah, next year.
So
And the year before.
This year, we would have already started this season.
Yeah.
The
So,
play
yes,
that goes wrong was really good, actually.
That's one of my
The
favorites.
play that goes wrong was pretty awesome.
I
Yeah.
loved that. That was so good. Like
Miss
I just
Saigon.
really enjoyed that. Miss Saigon was
Miss
canceled.
Saigon
missed
did
it.
get canceled.
That
Yep.
was the one I was stuck going to.
Yes. That was
I-
our last one for last season.
I wasn't
Miss
looking
Saigon,
forward
right?
to that one.
Well, that would have been the April 4th one.
Right. that's
That
what
was
I'm
the
saying.
first one that was canceled.
Right, but that was the last one of last season.
No, there was after that. It was still either going to be Beautiful, the Carole King story. There was also
Wasn't there a
My Fair
Cher
Lady.
musical?
Was that
Oh yeah, My Fair Lady.
Yeah, My Fair
Because-
Lady was going to be the last one of that season.
I had two
yeah.
plays that I used the credits for this season.
When are we getting Cats? Were we supposed to get that this year?
Yeah,
That was this coming year.
I wanted to see Cats.
Seriously, why? What is wrong with you?
I enjoyed Cats when I saw it on
What is
Broadway.
wrong with you?
I don't know, it's just something. It was just
I
more
walked
entertaining.
Out on Cats.
Yeah, but you saw the movie, right?
No, I saw.
Are you on the Broadway show?
Was it the butthole edition?
Oh, but cruise ships I feel don't count.
Yeah,
No.
it's a Broadway company.
It's the magical
doing it.
Mr. Mustafa Lee.
It was the Broadway show, intermission and all. Like it was the whole Broadway show.
It was terrible.
Oh, I wanted to see it just to see
Did
it.
they climb up into the audience?
Yeah, they climb over the seats. and
Oh, we
everything.
would have had so much fun.
I know.
I do have to say, having seen Cats now like 5 times. On
Yeah.
I don't know why you hate yourself. Why would you do
theatrical production of Cats 5 times, and I did see it on Broadway. I mean, it's not my favorite.
No, but I mean, I enjoy the music. There's really no storyline.
There is.
There is, but there isn't. Like, it's all these cats just taking turns singing.
It's
But
the it's the buttholes that get me.
If you know the story,
I almost
that
went with
it's
Sabrina's
based
mom to
on-
see that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
It is.
If I wasn't
terrible.
seeing something at the same time, I wasn't going to go see it with her. I was almost like, Tara, I'm going to watch
Yeah.
Cats with Roberta.
How did it survive on Broadway for 152 years?
Andrew Lloyd Webber's name was attached to it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's got to have that one that you just go, ooh, it's their worst work. You know?
But it's stuck around forever.
Yeah.
Everybody
the
has
dancing,
that.
though, was...
It's like
Oh.
directors with movies. They all have those movies that you just go, ooh. Like Spielberg, he's got 1941.
Oh,
It's a great movie.
it is not a great movie.
That's an awesome movie. John
That's just because
I was
Belushi.
that's
gonna
the
say
year
just-
you're born.
It's not the year I was
Just,
born.
just because it's John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd does not make it a great movie.
The-
You want great movie with those two, then you go Blues Brothers.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
The Ferris wheel scene.
You know, Tarantino. He's got what? Jackie Brown? If all of his things, I would say Jackie Brown's probably his weakest work.
Yeah. I'd say Duel is Steven Spielberg's weakest.
That was his first movie. And
Yeah.
it was a made-for-TV movie.
And it's
and
not good.
I still think it's good. I think it's got good suspense to it, everything. When you look at the cinematography as a whole, it's great for his first work.
The story is not that good.
He didn't write it. He did the best he could with what he was given.
He didn't write 1941 either, and that was a good movie.
No, it was not.
That's a funny movie.
I mean, M. Night Shyamalan, what's his worst movie?
Airbender.
Everything except for
Yeah, I'll
Sixth
probably go
Sense.
Airbender, and after that, The Happening.
And
Yeah.
The Village.
I don't think
The Village is number
saw-
3.
I don't think I saw that happening. I saw The Village, though.
And what's the one with the aliens?
Signs.
Yeah.
I liked Signs.
The ending is terrible.
Just because they couldn't deal with water.
Right.
Yeah.
So you invade a planet made of 90% water. That doesn't make any sense.
I like Shyamalan, though.
Yeah.
He's come back around.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff. Like, ever since, like, Glass and, what was the other one?
The Visit.
Split. Split was really good.
Miss
Glass.
Patricia's not gonna like it.
All the stuff in the Unbreakable trilogy, I think, is good.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the best part about Split is that you didn't realize it was a sequel to Unbreakable.
I liked Split, I think, more than I liked Unbreakable.
Split was really good. Like, it's
Yeah.
such a great movie. Like, it could be a good standalone on its own, but when you throw in Bruce Willis all of a sudden at the end, you just go, oh, wow, I didn't see that coming. Like, that's the best twist he's probably ever done.
Well, I also James, what's his last name?
Earl Jones?
No, in Split, he played the Beast.
James McAvoy?
Yeah.
James McAvoy is amazing.
I mean, he knocks it out of the park.
James McAvoy is so good in that.
Yeah. If you didn't have the right actor, it would have been that great.
No, he's so, like, he's perfectly cast in that. He's so good in that movie. Mm-hmm. I can watch that movie whenever it comes on at whatever point, just because I'm just like, oh, McAvoy's going to kill it right now. His performance is very underappreciated, I think, in that movie.
Yeah.
It's semi-award worthy. Like, I mean, for him to do all those characters and do what he did.
Yeah. Patricia.
Yes. Oh, Miss Patricia's not going to like you.
Sabrina's Lost. You never saw Split?
We can watch it, but you can't watch it with me because I'm going to bust into every character while he does it. Because I loved that movie. I watched that with Nicole. Nicole and I left a podcast and went to go see that. And I think she opened a White Claw while we were there.
She probably hated it because it's not based in realism.
She actually really liked it.
Did she? That's surprising.
Because I was like, are we going to go see Glass? Are we going to go see Glass? And I don't think we ever went to go see Glass together.
I liked Glass too.
Samuel L. Jackson. I'll watch anything with Samuel L. Jackson.
I think Unbreakable is the worst of the trilogy.
It might be.
See, that's the only one I've
It's
seen.
just it's such a slow burn.
It's a long burn.
Yeah.
I've seen that one, and
No.
I've seen Split, but I've never seen Glass.
Oh, we have to watch Glass then.
Do you have it on digital?
I think we do have that one.
I don't think we do.
I don't know. Maybe we have.
We have Split, yeah. But we can get Glass.
No, I can just watch Split again. That's fine.
As long as we get another Creed movie with Sylvester Stallone and Michael B. Jordan.
You have to finish the trilogy.
No, I can just watch Split again. That's fine.
Okay.
See, I can't talk about it because I'm going to be like, I want another movie after you watch Glass.
I don't think. Well, I don't want to give anything away, but I don't know how you could.
I know it's just one of those ones, but I wanted another movie after.
Is Miss Patricia in Glass?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, then maybe I'll watch it.
Miss Patricia. That's right, Miss Patricia.
It's all the characters, like...
That's going to be my Halloween
Altogether.
costume, and nobody's going to get it.
Miss Patricia?
Yeah, Miss Patricia.
I bet they would. If you get the right turtleneck.
And the pearls to go with
Yes.
it.
And you do your hand just... Well, speaking of pearls, let's revisit this beer cooler.
J.L. Cola, never run away, never run away. J.L. Cola, never run away, never run away. J.L. Cola, boom.
Perfect. So wrong.
What is this again?
It is from Proclamation Ale Company. Their derivative single hop pale ale, Vic Secret 6.0 ABV.
All right, why don't we start with you, Sabrina?
I didn't like this one as much as I liked the last derivative we had.
I can tell you still have beer.
Yeah.
Chris finished his. That tells
I
you a
know.
lot right now.
It's because we jinxed
didn't,
it.
We also didn't give him a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say we jinxed it because we said he needed the smaller one. To me, it just had too much of like the aftertaste. Is what killed it on me. For me, I don't know. I'm like a 2.
A 2?
Yeah,
I knew from that reaction.
yeah. Like it's not bad enough to be a 1. I could probably drink a second.
Just because you want to make sure that you're right about how you feel.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's some
That's
obviously.
really where it comes down to
Yes.
for you.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I didn't set up the ratings in the beginning because we started chit-chatting. So
Oh, well, you should probably go over that then.
you don't want to go over it?
No, go for it. It's all you.
It's a 1 to a 6. 1 being the worst, 6 being the best. It makes sense to everybody, but the one lone Canadian in Kissimmee.
It's based on a
Yeah.
6-pack. All right, so you're going to, Laura?
I'm going to.
I don't like the way it smells. So I had a really,
Not how it tastes, how it smells.
I had a really hard time wanting to drink it.
Did it smell like mushy peas?
That will always be the greatest one she ever
It
gave.
did smell like mushy
Yeah.
peas, so I don't even remember what beer that was.
I don't remember either, but I just remember you saying it smells like mushy
Yeah, I
peas,
said
and
it was
three of us
terrible.
going, are we drinking the same beer?
I don't know what mushy peas smell like.
Like peas.
Wouldn't they smell like peas?
Yeah. No, I do get a bit of that aftertaste Sabrina was talking about, but I actually don't think it's too terrible. It starts out smooth and clean, I think, and for a pale ale, which we all know how I feel about any type of pale ale, whether it's American or Indian or just regular pale ale. I don't like them, but I'm going to give this one a 3. It's kind of okay.
You don't seem to like beer unless it's really weedy. That seems to be your go-to.
I like wheat beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She
anything
likes-
else that deviates from that,
Hefeweizen.
you're not a big fan of.
German
Well-
beers.
She likes the
Belgian style beers.
no, what is it? With the hazy IPAs.
Yeah, I can do hazy IPAs.
But that wouldn't be your go-to.
No.
Well, I agree with you in the smoothness, and I didn't really get a big aftertaste, which is usually my thing. I'm going 5. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I could drink that one all day. So I don't know where your aftertaste came from, but it does not linger at all. It's in and done.
That's what she said.
Beer Master?
Oh, I need another sip after that one. I find it very dry. Lingering taste there. It's kind of like a bubbly, hoppy taste.
I like bubbly.
I know you like a little bit of bubbly. I like it. It's good. I don't think it's their best that we've ever had by them.
No.
You know, it's still a decent beer. I'll give it a 4. It's a little different. Lingering aftertaste. It's different is the best way for me to say it.
Yeah.
Just because like you get like it's like a bubbling sensation on your tongue as you're drinking it. But overall, I enjoy it. There is a total lingering after effect on the palate, though, which is why it's definitely not a 6.
I didn't get that.
But
Well, not if you chug it.
yeah.
I didn't chug it.
Yeah, I feel like this is like it says single hopped pale ale. I feel like it's a carbonated beer. Like it's
Yeah.
That's probably why I liked it.
Yeah, you like the carbonated waters.
yeah, like it's like a carbonated water in a way where you just get like this like bubbly busyness to it as you're drinking it. It's good. I wouldn't say it's great, but yeah, I'd give it a 4.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for this season of Podcast 42. It was a good year. I think we did some good subjects this year. We'll be back in the end of January or beginning of February with some mediocre subjects. And then
Ravenclaw.
we'll get into the summer with some great subjects, and then we'll kind of dip down again into some not great subjects, and then we'll end the year with the Christmas episode with a bang.
There will be Big Brother. There will be the Halloween creepypasta.
Yep, all the
I guess
hits.
we're going back to theater work. We're going to be hitting those scripts up again if we're going mediocre to start the year off. Get to be James Hetfield to start the year off. Ooh, yeah.
Well, it was
Still
a
my
good year.
biggest
I'm
regret.
glad we all got to spend it together, even though 2020 sucked. But
The podcast didn't.
the podcast did not. At
2020 sucked, but the podcast didn't suck.
all. We did not suck.
I think it might have been our best year creatively.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You've
Well,
never
yeah.
heard the first year we've done this. This year did not suck at all.
Oh, I didn't hear this year's either.
Oh, good, because the past 5 episodes she hasn't been here, there's been one Laura joke every time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
You're welcome.
We had to keep your spirit alive.
Yeah.
That's right.
We didn't forget about you
You're like our Marley.
and me.
Who?
Christmas Carol?
Bob Marley?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the dog. Marley and me.
No, Christmas Carol.
I think the dog dies.
It's Marley and Marley. Woo! Nobody watched the Muppet Christmas
I was
Carol
gonna
lately?
All right, Statler and Waldorf.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
I love that one. It's the best Christmas Carol out there.
Yeah, it probably is the best Christmas Carol version.
I like that one and
like
the
the
one with
Mickey
Patrick
Mouse.
Stewart one.
Scrooge.
I don't count Scrooge just because it feels separate from Christmas Carol in a way because Bill Murray is just...
Bill Murray.
He's Bill Murray, which is probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time, actually.
Scrooged?
Yeah.
Really?
I love Scrooged. I can watch it whatever point it's on, but I'm a huge Bill Murray fan.
Yeah. It was okay. It was good.
I will watch anything Bill Murray's in.
Including Where the Buffalo Roam?
Yes.
Wow, you are a true Bill Murray fan.
Have you been to his restaurant and wherever?
No, not it's in Daytona.
No, it's almost to Jacksonville, just north of.
I know which one you're talking about. No, I haven't been there. His Caddyshack one. Yeah, no, I know where it is. I just haven't been there yet.
He has a Caddyshack restaurant?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a driving range and restaurant.
I ask my mom all the time. Like I was like, I want to go eat there because my dad was also a huge fan of Bill Murray's, and her and my brother went, but my idea and I have yet to get to go.
I want to go.
Maybe we'll go. We'll figure something out. We'll all go.
I want to go.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it'll be a podcast outing, and we'll all go to Bill Murray's restaurant.
I want to go.
Sabrina will drive.
well,
3 of us.
I'm already there, so
Sabrina will drive 3 of us.
Yeah.
You'll just meet us, which is why you're not driving.
Am I included in this? Because I
Yes.
feel like I'm not included.
I just
Really?
said
Because-
3 of us.
yeah, he said Sabrina will drive 3 of us.
Well, that
And
could
I'm
be
already
Sabrina,
here.
JL, and you.
Why would
That's
Sabrina
3.
drive me? I'm up there.
Oh.
And nobody drives Laura.
Nobody drives me.
Nobody drives Laura.
Nobody
That's
puts
right.
Laura in a corner.
Nobody puts Laura in a passenger seat.
Yeah. Oh no, you don't want Laura in the passenger
No,
seat.
it's bad.
It'll take you so
Yeah.
long to get to wherever you're going. Trust me.
So does this mean like the entire way up we can talk like this? Like Bill Murray. It's Bill Murray.
You know, I watched Caddyshack yesterday, too.
Why am I not surprised?
It was on, and I just watched it. I was like, yeah. It's okay. Baby Ruth, it's a candy bar. Just candy.
I was worried about you yesterday, but I found out you were all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to dance like the gopher. Nobody can see it, but I'm dancing like the gopher.
He is dancing like the gopher. So on that note, goodbye 2020. I'm Christopher DeVos.
Do we want to tell them where we can be found?
Nope.
No,
Because
they already found us,
I forget lately. Go ahead.
and we're all right.
Tell them where they
You got
can
until
find
I'm
us.
done dancing.
Oh boy, we're on in Facebook and the official
I'm Christopher DeVos.
official podcast.
I'm all right.
42 group page. You can email us at podcast42show@gmail.com. You can head over to our website at podcast42show.wordpress.com. It's got all of our listings up there, all of our beer ratings, all of our shows. We're part of the Podfix Network.
I'm Christopher DeVos.
And you can find us anywhere podcasts can be found. To which, if you're listening now, you've already found us. Artwork by Cute Panda. Find Cute Panda for commissions on Facebook, and theme music by Cremo. Find more music on Cremo.net or on Facebook under Cremo. I'm not putting the phone number. Nobody calls.
Do the phone number.
72.
I'm Christopher DeVos.
727-238-5887. I'm Sabrina Pierre.
I'm JL Tross. Welcome to the Danger Zone.
I'm Laura. Bye.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Kenny Loggins was a soundtrack machine. Catch you on the flippity flap.
Gun.
It was hilarious because Lex took JL's sign off when he was a little
Not all conversations or events are 100% accurate. As if you didn't figure that out already. Some things are changed or added, or even deleted for the sake of attempted comedy. All sources are never verified, and all information is subject to being slightly sketchy. In other words, we are just having some fun. Thank you for listening.
This has been a transmission of the Podfix Network. For more about this show and other great Podfix programs, go to podfixnetwork.com.
Okay. Hey everyone, I love podcasts. Who's got recommendations? And send. That was quick.
Do you like comedy? What about movies? Pop culture?
Yeah?
Do you like animals? What about science?
Well,
Do
yeah.
you dig plants? What about writing, snacks, rambling, and rant?
Well,
Filmmaking, improv, and interviews, Canadians, Australians, boating forecasts and super reviews, ladies, gentlemen, cretins, or comic books, sprit breeds, bad TV, heads that should, perfectly picked packages popping up, podcasts pointing people to discover other podcasts.
Yes? Fantastic. Check out the Podfix Network. Podfixnetwork.com. At Podfix on Twitter. Official_Podfix on the gram. Plus, check out Podfix Presents wherever fine podcasts are found. The Podfix Network, artist owned and loved.